check. Mic check. 1, 2. See how that sounds. Mic check. 1, 2. Mic check 1, 2. No sound. All right, there's sound. Okay, we're good. All right. Let's see here. Welcome, Sunday morning. Let me pour some libations at the station. Got a little music playing in the background. Let me know who you are with. And let's see. Let's pull this down a little bit there. There we go. Let me go get some libations. Here we go. All right. Happening, everybody. Good morning. Hopefully you all are thawing out from that ice storm like I am. Had me in a hotel for, I don't know how long I was in that hotel. 3 or 4 days. I went to that hotel on Tuesday afternoon. Yep, came home Thursday for a little bit, played a little Spider-Man, and went back to the hotel. Just got out of the hotel yesterday morning. But what is going on, people? We are going to do the math today. Yeah. Lansville Paul, what's happening? Says he sees Marlin Gaming Nation is a meme. Okay, shout out to Marlin Gaming Nation for becoming a meme. I've seen some memes, so is The Rock. I don't see what's the big deal about that. Up the maximum one. Hit that like button as you come in here, people. Yeah, class is in session this morning. Sunday school is here. So, Paul G, appreciate the support, Paul G. Shout out to you, brother. Oh, Soul Provider is here. Shout out to Soul Provider. We're going to be doing some collabs coming up here soon. I hope that if E3 is still together, now I told Soul Provider the same thing I told Gab Talk. If Soul Provider wants all the answers to this whack-ass gender war, he can ask me and I will give him the answers, but he has to ask the right questions. So, but shout out to Soul Provider. He hit over 1,000 subs a couple weeks ago. So go check out his content. He does gaming content and anime and all that good stuff. So, well, let's see who else we got in here. Oh, Krypton, I didn't see you there, brother. I didn't see you. Of course, the Nightbot is here. So he gonna make sure everybody stays on point. So. Street Fighter 5. So, yeah, let's wait and sub for him. He's a good dude. He's the man. So also, big, I need to make sure that, shout out to Big Cloud. He said he's not feeling well. Certainly hope he gets better. Also, keep say a short prayer. I got a family member that's sick with the junk that's going around. So let's hope that they're able to pull through. So so yeah. But make sure everybody is doing well. Hit that like button. Share the care. Yeah, don't be scared. What's up, Jemiah Dixon? Oh, yeah, we're going to do the math today. Shout out to Dealer Gaming. We're going to do some math. I figured something out this morning. It shocked me. I did the math, and Dealer Gaming is 100% correct. We're going to talk about it this morning. So, yeah, get the likes up. Tell them, Soul Provider. Tell them, or I'm going to start singing. I will start singing some Kenny Loggins, and you all will not like Kenny Loggins. It's not this early in the morning. So, so what is going on? Jemiah Dixon, are you still going to get that 3000 series card? Or anybody who is going to get the 6000 series card, leave a comment, because WCCF Tech is reporting that card goes on sale in April. That's just a rumor, but if anybody's going to get the 6000 series card, let me know. Also, big shout out to Ember 17. I'm going to be sending Ember 17 a little something tomorrow. As you know, I just got home and, you know, it was nuts out there. So you getting the 3000 series or 6000 series, Jemiah? Reese the Beast 314. We got all these the Beast out here. I like this. There's only one Beast. I'm the only Beast that's here. So, you know, so we're gonna talk about it, though. We're gonna do the math. Jemiah get the 3000 series. Okay. So which one are you getting? The 80 or the 70? Because I gotta wait on my Biden bucks. I mean, Joe Biden said that if you want 2 stacks, you got to vote for me. And Joe Biden's in office, and I'm waiting on my stack. So, I mean, I'm sure they'll be here by March is what I'm hearing. By late March. So, but yeah, now let's get into it, people. Start here in another minute or two. everybody out there. Shout out. Hit that like button. And if you dare, go ahead and if you want to donate a super chat, if you think you're up for the booty warrior this early in the morning. Because, we're going to talk about it, people. This is, let me see if I can pull this up here. Because we're going to do the math. I think I have to go to window capture. Let's go get this going here. Let's see here. Do I have to double click this? Okay. And then I have to go to, no, I don't want that one. Is there another one here? Maybe it's this one. All right, it's this one. All right. Now, shout out to V'ger. He sent this to me. Now, let me squeeze it in. Keep squeezing. Squeeze. Okay, it's square. So, as you can see right here, let me put this here on the screen. Let me show you something. Now, all right, now this more or less has to do, and I'll pull up the other article. Actually, let me pull that article first. So let's give it a reference. So let me take this down. We'll come back to that. I promise we will come back to that. So here is that's what we're gonna do the math on. Okay. So now I have AMD and I have Telsa stock. So this article was interesting to me. Now this is from 2 weeks ago. And I got a stock alert on this, but I was waiting to hear something. I was waiting to hear something from Telsa, but allegedly the AMD Rdna 2 powered Navi 23 GPU is going to be in the Telsa Model S's. And this is, I don't know if you all seen how Telsa came out and said you're going to be able to play games like Cyberpunk, which again, the game is called Cyberpunk. I don't know why you're playing it. But again, all right, fine. You're going to be able to play Cyberpunk in the car, in their Telsa, the car, the truck. So, so this broke 2 weeks ago. Now, of course, we've had this horrible weather in the lower 48. So not really, but it says Telsa announced its refreshed 2021 Model S. Hey, this is from Tweaktown, by the way. I'm not pulling this out of my you-know-what. You all know I quote my sources, so you all can double-check them. Now, it says here that they announced it, and it said it's teasing that it had a 10 T-flops of compute performance, but now we know it's a custom AMD Rdna 2 Navi 23 GPU, and its GPU block diagram. So check it out. Now, you can actually come down here and look at the block diagram. Now, to me, this is big for me because I have stock in both these companies, so I hope this is true. I hope, is it Telsa, not Tesla? Okay, Telsa, fine, whatever. It's the guy that launches the rocket. So, isn't that part of SpaceX? I don't know. I have their stock, okay? We got their stock 10 years ago. My friend Amanda came back from that island and said, "Oh, no, about their stock." So, but anyway, so I'm just using that for reference because I thought it was interesting that, and we're gonna do the math. Shout out to Dealer Gaming. Let's do our math here. It's Sunday morning, and so shout out to V'ger too. But when you look at these cards that AMD has, is it? No, wrong one. My bad. The one I just had up here. So let's go to, is it this one? Okay. All right, done. Now you can see here, these are code names. Sienna, whatever that word is, Big Navi. And Big Navi, it says the Big Navi GPU, which would be featuring up to 80 compute units. Now we'll leave this alone right here. So this accounts to 5,120 stream processors if each CU has 64 cores. The Big Navi GPU has been listed in Mac OS 11, which Mac is Apple, and has a boost clock speed of 2050 megahertz with Navi 21A variant, while up to 22 megahertz with the 20B Navi 21B variant. the Navi 21B would have a massive shader performance of 22.5 T-flops. This is roughly what the Series X is based on. Okay? PlayStation 5, Navi 23. Now, first things first, you see that difference. One is based in Navi 21, the other one Navi 23. According to the leak, let me make sure I say according to the leak. So, it says AMD's upcoming entry-level GPU will be called the Navi 23 and will be listed in the firmware as well. As per the data collected by the Rdna, blah, 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 we can thus conclude that, now they're taking an assumption right here, conclude that the fact that the entry-level AMD GPU, this is where the PS5 is what it's based on. One is based in 21, one is based in 23. AMD architecture, the APM GPU will feature 32 CUs accounting for up to 2048 stream processors while the frequency remains unknown. Now this is old, but look at these numbers, and this is what, now let's do the math. So you have Navi 10, you have Navi 14, Navi 21, Navi 22, 23, and 24. Here, if you add, now let's do the math. Let's do our math here. I don't know if this will work on this screen or not. Probably not. But if we add 24 and 80, you're going to come to, see, 24 plus 80 is 104. But when you divide that by 2, guess what you get? Guess what you get? You get 52 compute units. That's where the Xbox is. The Xbox is somewhere in between the 14 and 21 based on this compute unit, okay? The 1900 megahertz is the Series X. Does the Series X not have 1900 MHz? I believe it does. Somebody can double check this, okay? Please double check this, because I'm not going to go in and pull up Xbox's megahertz, okay? But somebody can please check this, okay? And it says it's right at 200, which is where the Navi 21 is. So 24 plus 80 is 52. Here's Xbox Series X right here, guys. Okay? This is where they are. This is the compute units. Okay? But this is where and that's just combined. This is a custom, again, these are custom cards. Okay? You know, and you get 52. 24 plus 80 divided by 2 is 52. This is where you are. We did the math, right? We didn't. Did we not do the math? So he said it's 18 plus or minus. Okay, so it's somewhere in between here. All right, so it's 18, so it's still closer to the 14. So again, we just did the math. 24 plus 80 is 104 divided by 2. This is their compute units. The PlayStation is over here. The PlayStation doesn't have 40 compute units. Now remember, originally people were like, it's going to have 40, but it's cut down to 36. But 40 plus 32 is what? 72. What is 72 divided by 2? Well, let's do the math. 72 divided by 2 is what? Let's see here. Let me just pull up my calculator. It's 36. Let me make sure. So let's see here. Yep, it's 36. And here's where they are. So ask yourself, what's further down the line with AMD? Is Navi 14 and 21 further down the line than Navi 22 and 23? I mean, again, we did the math. Shout out to Dealer Gaming. We just did the math. Did we not just do the math? I mean, again, this is provided that this down here is true. Now, here's what you have to find out is if Navi 10, is it 40 compute units? Is Navi 14, 24? I mean, I don't know. That's a hell of a cut down. Right here. So, but they go But see, you look here, by the time you get to 20, they double the compute units. Okay? They double the compute units from 10 to 20. And then you go here, you get to 22, they come, because they're starting, I think, it looks like they're starting a new line. So, I mean, hit that like button, people. Somebody help me do the math here. Did I do that wrong? I mean, or is this Navi 10? Is it not these compute units? But look, this number divided by 2 is 52. So this would put them right here between, again, look up here. There's a cut down here, which is perfectly fine. I mean, this is not a bash. Nobody's getting bashed here. We're just looking at the numbers here. Now, somebody can go in and verify if, because I did not, this is early in the morning here, so I did not go in to see if Navi 21 was 80 compute units. I didn't go in to see if Navi 14 is 24 compute units. So somebody in the chat at some point look these numbers up. Don't worry about it says Series X and PlayStation 5. Just look up is Navi 22 40 compute units. Because again, I'm not sure. So, because I didn't look that up, you know. So, well, hell, let's go ahead and look it up. Let's see here. This was some baseline stuff here. Let's just say Navi 21 compute units. Yep. Navi 21's compute units. That is true. Let's put this up on the screen. Let me see. How do I do this again? Okay. Let's go. Let's add a source. Well, okay. I'm sorry. Can I take that down? Nope. I don't have to take that down. It's not letting me do anything. Well, I'll be. Let me see here. Oh, shoot. My computer froze. Oh, okay, no, I'm sorry. Do I want to remove it? Yes. I'm sorry, my bad. Let's just remove it here. I'll just put this new one up on the screen because we can confirm those numbers right here. There we go. No. It just means it's further, it's closer to the, again, looking at what we just had up there, we can pull that back up. Here we go. So you have Navi 10, you have Navi 14. This is where they are. So if there was like a Navi 17.5, again, it's custom. It is custom. It's not, it's Rdna 2, but it is closer based, again, let me make this clear. If that is true, they don't have 80 compute units. They took the 24 and the 80 and they combined it and they cut it in half. They have 52 compute units. So, and so they would be somewhere in between here. They have more compute units than the 14, but less than the 21. The PlayStation has 40 compute. Now, people will say, well, then they're down here at Navi 10, but actually, based on the megahertz, let's see if I can pull that down. Okay, based on the megahertz, it's somewhere here. I mean, I'm based on what the power consumption is. The clock. I mean, look at the CPU clock, and the PlayStation is somewhere over here. And I mean, I think what has happened is this. You know what? They could be. Wait a minute. Is the Navi 1014 and is that Rdna 1? I mean, I'm asking. I don't know. I mean, I'm just kind of like, it's early in the morning. Oh, I gotta have another sip. Hold on. What's going on here? I need, what's that word? Clarification. Here, let me see if I can pull this down further. Okay. All right. Oh, it actually does go into further things. Okay, it does. Okay. Okay, yep, you know what? I was right. Hold on. We just did the math. Shout out to Dealer Gaming. Here we go. Check this out, guys. Damn it. It's not working the way I want it to. Okay, it did work. I'm sorry. All right, so here we go. Look at this. Okay, so if the Xbox has 52 compute units at 1800 megahertz, this is where they are. They're right in here. I mean, look, they're stronger. This is RDNA 1. That's what the 10 and 14 is. So again, the RDNA 2 starts right here, the 21. Because look right here. Look right here. Big Navi is RDNA 2, right? Right. So, and then you go to RDNA 2.2. Okay? RDNA 2.2. This is where the PlayStation is. The PlayStation does not have 40 compute units. Remember that rumor, though? People were like, well, the PlayStation is going to be 40 compute units. And they were looking at it. And remember Post Up in them and D-Batch? They were like, so it's closer to Navi 10 or Navi Lite. This is what they were doing. Okay, but it doesn't match the clock speed. So what they tried to say is, well, they're right in here with their clock speed, but this is not. But this is RDNA 1, and neither one of these consoles is RDNA 1. I got an RDNA 1 card, guys. You all saw the unveiling. Thanks to you all's donations, I was able to get that 5600 XT. You all know that's what I'm using in my PC right now, right? That's what I have. I have an RDNA 1 card, a 5600 XT. Sapphire model, which does, in a lot of games, not all games, it competes with the 2060. It actually outperforms the 2060. You know, I don't have, and I should have gotten the 2060 because of that DLSS, whatever the heck that is. But check this out, guys. I mean, no, I'm just kind of figuring this out myself here in front of you. And again, let me make this clear. If I'm wrong, somebody can go into the comment section and just say, here's what you got wrong. It ain't the end of the world. Okay? It's not the end of the world. So let's look at the clock speeds of the Xbox One, Xbox Series X, I'm sorry. If it's 1800, and let's double check if it's 1800. Somebody in the chat, Jemiah, if you're not at work and you're up and you feel like it, go ahead and double check that speed. Okay? I'm talking about the clock speed. If the clock speed is 1800, they're down here. They are here. That is a Navi 1 card. Again, let me make this clear. They've got more compute units than the Navi 114, and they've got less compute units than the Navi 2 card, because Navi 21 is big Navi. Okay? That's what this article is saying. But let's continue on. So the PlayStation has 36 compute units, but what is the PlayStation's clock speed? That's what we have to know. And what is the power limit of the PlayStation 5? Because I think isn't the power here for the Xbox, isn't it like 180 or isn't it like 200? So, I mean, again, I'm just asking. I'm asking. So, you know, so but look at this is Navi 2, the 2.1, the 2.2, and all that kind of stuff, the 22. So the mid-tier, which this is where your card on the PS5 is at, okay? The mid-tier GPUs and lineup featuring 40 CUs, so just as many as Navi 10, therefore the GPU is expected to be an RDNA 2 version of mid-range graphics for the upcoming 66,000 series, 6,700. So, I mean, I'm just, you know. Okay, so Cryptopsy is saying when you look at the clock, so what is the clock speed? What is the clock speed? So that's what we got to figure out here. So, they got an RDNA 1 card. I mean, the power consumption though is around 200. So again, they've taken. Let me make this clear. It looks like they've taken RDNA 2, and again, they've customized it. They got 52 CUs, so they don't have. It's not full RDNA 2. Because full RDNA 2 has 80 compute units, right? Well, 2.23, that is for the PlayStation. I'm talking about the clock. I'm not talking about clock speed now. I'm talking about the power limit. So, your schedule for podcast is strange. Well, I got off work last night. I always do 10 o'clock in the morning, though, Immortal Black, just so you know. And how many times does Mark Shreddy have to say PS5? Oh, no. We're going to talk about that, too. But we doing the math. Shout out to Dealer Gaming. We doing the math, okay? So I don't want people to say I'm over here attacking them. I'm bashing. No. Based on the AMD RDNA graphics processors, Xbox is sitting in here because they've got 52 compute units. They don't have 80. Again, it's a custom card. They're both custom cards, but PlayStation is somewhere over here. And if you read it here, because what has Digital Foundry said? It's conforming up here. Now we're going to get to where they. Now, according to all right, now they say the entry-level GPU called Navi 23 is also listed in firmware. Judging from the data collected by the Reddit, we can conclude that the full number of CUs is 32. Now, what are the stream processors for the PlayStation 5? So this is what we got to know. We got to know what are the stream processors for the PlayStation 5, and we need to know the power limit of the Xbox. The PlayStation 5 is what, 170 watts? So, power, all right, between, okay, about 2 to 30 megahertz. For who? There's a graph on that. All right, I don't feel like looking that up. I may look it up tomorrow. Or actually, Cryptopsy, if you can find it, let's mod you up. If you want to drop it in the link, oh, I can't do it from here. That's right. If you think you can drop it in the link, just let me know. So, but well, see, the frequency charts are not featured. Now, here's RDNA 3. Okay, here's RDNA 3. The first RDNA 3 GPU is also listed on the firmware. The GPU appears to feature the same CU count as Navi 21, our big Navi, meaning we are looking at a refresh under a new microarchitecture. Thus, the RDNA 31 GPU would also feature 5,100 stream processors. We are not sure what are AMD's intentions with Navi 3, but one would guess it would end up in the 7000 series. And future Radeon Pro SKUs from Apple Mac. Now, we do know that Apple is doing something with AMD. Don't know what. Okay. The both power and clock speeds of PS5 are in line with the Navi. So with Big Navi. Okay? So they're up here. You're saying they're in between. Hold on. Somebody put that up there, didn't they? Somebody put 23 something. I'm trying to see if somebody put that up there. Yeah, 2230. So you got it right here. That is somewhere between, well, that's roughly here. So again, custom cards, okay? So they're not exactly one whole thing, but it looks like the PlayStation is somewhere here. Again, because they ain't got no 80 compute units. They got, is it 36? They got 36 compute units, so it's not full to 22 as far as compute units. It's closer to Navi 21 or Big Navi with that, and then the power consumption is right over here. So the user says we have to also remember Smart Shift will have power consumption in this too. So 170 makes more sense. So you're saying it's closer to this as far as the power consumption? Think it's higher than 170. All right, that's a logical leap, but let's wait for some more information. So again, guys, we did the math. We have done the math. Well, I don't know. Did they do 40 compute units and deactivate 4 of them? That's what a lot of people were saying. 60 watts for Smart Shift and 170 to the Navi, so 230. So they're right here. And they're right here. So, give or take. So, yeah, that actually does make sense. That actually does make sense now based on the power. I mean, that's just all you had to do, guys. If you wanted to know what exactly was in the PS5 based on AMD's own clock speeds, here's what we got. So, again, look. So it's okay if there's a mistake that's been made, leave a comment, leave a link. It's not the end of the world. I will just pull that link up, and I will happily look at it. You all hit that like button. Y'all got Soul Provider in here. He's in the Black Manosphere. Y'all gotta hook a brother up and let's impress him. And if I can impress him, then the Manosphere will be impressed. I think that's the way it works. But then again, maybe we don't care, right? You know. All right, here we go. So hit that like button, people. Don't be scared. So, well, hit it again. So hit that like button again. So the PS5 could be using Navi 21. Yeah, we just read that. All right, cool. All right then. Well, there we go. So look, we did the math. So we're good. You know, we're good. We're happy that we did the math. So did I cover that Telsa Navi 23? Yeah, in a sense that Telsa announced, but they haven't confirmed. But if it comes out next month, they ought to tell us something this week. I mean, there should be something coming out this week. I'll comb Telsa stuff tomorrow. I asked Stock and them. They have not confirmed anything. But yeah, I talked about it a little bit because that's just, you know, that was from the TweetTown article. Yeah, pull that up. All right. So now let's get into, so we've covered that. Does anybody have any more questions? Okay. Again, if you want to know, look at the PlayStation's clock speeds. Then you can go look at AMD's own chart, and then you can figure out what it has as far as what it's closer to. That's what we just did. We just did the math, okay? We did the math. We now know that the 52 compute units is not 80 compute units. It's a cut down, you know, and it's falling where it fell, okay? But it looks like their card, based on power consumption, is closer to Rdna 1. So, talking about the Xbox. But again, somebody can look at it again. It doesn't matter to me. To me, as long as the people are happy with it, what difference does it make? So, what difference does it make? I mean, I've said this multiple times. You know, go buy a Xbox One X. Hell, go buy me one. You know, go buy me one. You know, I don't know why people aren't happy with what they bought. Okay, so, all right, let's move into this whole thing about the whole Rdna 3 thing and what happened here. So, and I want to give a shout out to another YouTuber, Muscle Bound Gamer, MBG. I think that's what he calls himself. I did listen to his upload yesterday. It was about 12-minute thing. And he makes a legitimate point. I thought that because people... You have a group of people that is so obsessed with power because that's all they got. I do remember a podcast where Post Up specifically said if Xbox loses the power narrative, then it's a wrap. They don't have nothing to talk about. And they actually do believe that. So to them, power is everything. And they also believe that you believe power is everything. Even though it's not, it's about performance. So, but Muscle Bound Gamer made a legitimate point. The Xbox is more powerful on paper. That's it. Not when you're applying real-world physics to it. We actually have the games out and we can see that. Okay, Immortals Phoenix Rising looks better on the PlayStation. Borderlands has more high textures on PlayStation. Assassin's Creed Valhalla, give me $1. Shout out to Jay Bari. Is dynamic 4K on both Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. But for some reason, it runs better on PlayStation 5. It also has a higher resolution, so they're both dynamic, but one of them goes 2160p to 1440p. The other one goes 2160p to 1080p. I'll give you a second to guess which one drops to 1080p. If you said Series X, you're correct. So again, the reason why Digital Foundry is saying that they're confused and PlayStation 5 is punching above its weight, they're saying that because they're looking at the paper specs. And then they are assuming that the paper specs are going to be better. They're saying, well, because of the paper specs, it should perform and do things better. It's kind of like, you're not basing that on real-world performance. You're just basing that on paper. You know? So, but the whole Rdna thing literally comes from the fact, that comes from the fact that during presentation, and also other YouTubers, okay? Shout out to these other YouTubers. Moore's Law is dead, and Moore's Law is dead. A couple other people who said that again. And now let me make this clear. He did say his source was being a little cagey. I mean, that's so. But Mark Cerny has said there are other processes being used. I'm paraphrasing Cerny, being used in the PlayStation 5 that very well may end up further on in the AMD line. Now, some people said that could be Rdna 3. That's it. But and that's as far as it got. But as soon as they heard Rdna 3, this group said, "Oh no, this means that it's going to be more powerful," which it doesn't. And they went crazy. I mean, they went nuts. And another thing that happened, and I say this multiple times, I've said this multiple times, this thing right here, and I'm not going to play it, of course, this demo, okay? You got to understand this demo, this Unreal Engine demo, and again, I'm not going to play this. You all can go look at it. This was running on PlayStation 5. This wrecked their entire power narrative because they were chasing down Epic's developers, trying to get them to say this demo will run on Xbox Series X, and it won't. It's not that it can't run on it. It's just this demo would have to be reconfigured to match what the Series X could do. Okay? Period. That's the truth. So you have to understand, and I said this on King Thrash's podcast, that as soon as the Epic demo was done on a PlayStation 5, not on a PC, not saying, oh, this is what you can expect on PlayStation 5. They showed this running on a PlayStation 5. And ever since that moment, as soon as they dropped this demo, Lisa Su came out and said, congratulations to Epic showing Rdna 2, blah, blah, blah. These guys actually said Lisa Su was lying. That's what you're dealing with. These guys are, Lisa Su's not telling the truth. You know, okay, so they do a press release. AMD does this giant press release on the PlayStation 5 and things like that. So according to these guys, that's a lie. You know, AMD is committing international fraud, business fraud, according to them, because they don't like the fact that the PlayStation had Rdna 2. Just go back and find that stuff. But getting back to Rdna 3, the fact that the PlayStation 5's geometry engine may have Rdna 3 in it, and I said may have it, that was driving them crazy. So, and shout out to Marlon Gaming Nation as well, because he pulled up something about Rdna 1.1, but then in the same article, they updated it and said, well, this may not be 100% accurate. It's just like, you got to be kidding me here. So these dudes was mad as hell. So they're just going to keep on, because to them, all they got is power. They got no games to talk about. You know, we are 100 days. These consoles have been out for 100 days. Okay? Control runs better on the PlayStation. Hitman is running better on the PlayStation. They'll say, well, Hitman looks better on the Xbox because it's native 4K. Yeah, you're right, but then they conveniently forget about the FPS drops that are happening. It's like they get automatic amnesia. You know, oh, this game is 120 FPS, but it's running 900p. You know, it's like they get auto amnesia. So to me, it's funny. You know, at this point, because it's not like you can't go out and look at it and say, well, this game, you know, Devil May Cry 5 is looking and running better on the PlayStation. It is what it is. I don't see why it's a big deal. It doesn't mean that the Xbox is terrible. It's got to a point where they're saying, well, it's the tools, it's the developer. No, it's just that nobody knew what Rdna 2 was going to do on these consoles. They had no performance testing, so now we're actually seeing the games perform in the real world, and they're performing better on the PlayStation. It is what it is. So it is. I get it though. I mean, people did take the Rdna 3 thing and they ran with it. To me, it was a joke because nothing was confirmed. Okay, people were pulling up my Twitter thing saying, "When you said this," I'm like, clearly, I got a big question mark right there. Okay. Clearly, I had a big question mark there. Let me see if we can do this here. I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Let me see here. Let me try this. Let me go here. All right. Let me go here and. No, it's not gonna. Hold on. Let me manage my videos. All right. Let me see if I can pull this up. Let me go. This is going to be harder than I thought. Hold on, maybe not. Maybe not. All right, now let me see if this actually does work. Bear with me. I don't even know if this is going to work. Nope, I don't think it's going to work. Let me try. Nope, that's that. Let me remove it. Let me try this. I'll try it one more time here. Okay, this may work. All right. What I did was I went into my own archive, Rdna 3 and PS5, question mark, estimate question mark. Okay? So, now people did leave comments. Of course, I left a heart, but, I question mark, exclamation point, question mark. Didn't know. Had no clue. So, and again, you can go there. I have all my sources linked. So, but yeah. And look, this was November 2nd, 2020. Let me see if I can find. I thought I had one more. Let me remove it. Let me find one more. I thought I had one more, and I could be wrong. Dig back through my own archives. There you go. All right, here's another one. See if we can get this one to work. I'm just going to pull these up. I'm pulling up my own receipts here. So, so I paused it. Let's see if I can get this to work. Oh, the back booty warriors! Somebody dare do this. Okay. Oh yeah. True version with the $5 says, and the Messiah says, onto their cheeks, and oh yes, there will be blood. Yeah, I'm pulling out my own receipts, showing you all this. So let me go to here. Let's go here. Let's go there. Okay. This is another one of my podcasts I did. This is look, July 26th. Okay, here we go. PS5 geometry is Rdna 3, question mark. And also, here's a link. I say, anybody who wants to know more about this can go to Moore's Law is Dead channel. Again, and this is actually, whoa, I had 1,200 reviews. I didn't know that. So shout out to you guys for listening to it. Shout out to True Girl for the $5 holler, appreciation. So again, this to me is funny because look, until Sony and AMD confirm what's in the geometry engine, because they haven't done that. They have not totally disclosed what's in there. We don't know what's in there. All we know is that it's working, okay? Because I can play Spider-Man at 60 frames per second with ray tracing on there. And remember, if the PS5 had Rdna 1, if it was an Rdna 1 based card, it wouldn't have ray tracing on there because that's not an Rdna 1 feature. It's not. But again, I'm pulling this up so you all can see it because to me, it's funny. The mere thought, the mere introduction that it could have some Rdna 3 things in it. These guys went full soy and said and they couldn't stand it. They could. It doesn't. That's my whole point here. Let's say everything they say is true about the PS5. Let's just take them at their word. Why is the PS5 outperforming the Series X? And the only time you can get full Rdna 2 is on the desktop. You can't get it in a console. You can't. The consoles are cut downs. Rdna 2 is 80 compute units. Okay, we just saw that. So, so again, pure soy with these dudes. Okay, that's just the reality of the situation. So. Why is it so hard for these morons to believe the more efficient made console is there's bottlenecks in the Xbox. It's why it's not performing as well. Sam, but nobody who cares what he says at this point. At this point, I mean he blocked, allegedly, Porter Rock. Allegedly. Okay? So, Navi 23 is literally a stepping stone into Rdna 3. No. You're right. I understand that. I understand that. So, but the Navi 10 cards are the Navi 10, 14, we just saw that. Those are Rdna 1 cards. Okay? The big Navi starts at the 21, 22. You saw it yourselves. You can go pull that information yourselves. So, but yeah, and we did the math. So we're good. So, well, again, there comes a time, and shout out to Sick Humor, where you just stop arguing with them. Okay? Sick Humor is correct. If your whole narrative is PlayStation, Xbox got no games, then just leave it there. Do not argue with them. You can see the numbers yourself. Okay? You saw them. PlayStation 5 is closer to the Navi 22 or 22. So again, you saw it yourself. I don't have to say it now. You can now do the research yourselves. Okay? So what I said is Salty's shout out to Salty. Said both consoles were great. Well, again, look, if you if Xbox is going to go back and start playing a bunch of old games at 60 frames a second, that's fine. Okay, I don't know why that's, to me, I did not buy, or was, shout out to Emrys, the people that I know about the PS5 didn't buy the PS5 to go back and play a bunch of old games. Doesn't mean that you can't trip the light Fandango. I understand everybody's asking for The Last of Us Part 2 to be 60 frames a second. I understand people are asking for Horizon Zero Dawn. But realistically, if they never do that, is that going to stop you from buying a PlayStation 5? Yes or no? I mean, that's all I can ask. Because, again, there's nothing. The Last of Us Part 1 works on the PlayStation 5. Okay, there's just no advantages. It's already checkerboarded 4K. It's just 30 frames per second. Again, and they said it loads faster. Okay, I haven't done that. So, again, I still got to beat Control, and then I have to unload Control, and then load up Miles Morales Spider-Man. I still haven't played Miles Morales Spider-Man yet. So, that's why I'm playing the other Spider-Man. So, what's up, Harry Tron? So, it's been a long time. Oh, don't say it hasn't been a while. So, yeah, I mean, again, look, I'm not telling nobody who to go listen to. I'm not telling nobody who to leave comments on. But don't argue with these people, man. They're stupid. They are going around changing narratives around. So, see, it doesn't matter to Kid Smooth what Lisa Su, the CEO, said. He, in essence, is saying, well, she's lying. I mean, again, let him be that ignorant person. Just let him be ignorant. Don't argue with him. Just say, man, that's, you can say it to yourself. Damn, you got the CEO telling you that that's not true, and you still going to run with that? That's your ignorance. That's not going to be my ignorance, okay? Because what he is alleging, and not just him, but other people, is that AMD is committing international fraud. Okay? That's what they're doing. Instead of just looking at the fact, which is, on paper, the Series X is more powerful, but that's not the performance in the real world. I don't know what else to say to people at this point. I mean, you could say, well, it's what it should be doing, but how do you know what it should be doing if you had nothing to perform it against? Okay? That's my whole point. When you go look at graphic cards or CPUs, it doesn't. You're going to look at the way it's performing. Okay, you will look at how it's performing. I mean, when Lisa Su came out there over a year ago and said, "Here is our Navi, and here's the way the 5000 series is competing with the 1080 and the 2060 and all that stuff." Everybody said, "Okay, but we got to see more performance numbers." Okay, and it's or the GPU. I'm sorry. So then when they said, "Here's our Ryzen chip, and here's Ryzen, and it's outperforming the Intel i5 and all that kind of stuff," people are like, "Yeah, maybe with that game, but what about all the other games? We got to see more performance data." So that's what this is all about. The big jump, and Phil Spencer is 100% correct. The big jump this generation wasn't resolution, it was textures, okay, and it was frames per second. 4A games, the people that are making Metro, said you're going to have 4K textures, and you're going to be able to play the game at 60 frames per second. Okay, at that point, who cares about the resolution? Now, because it's native 4K on the Xbox, okay? I'm talking about Xbox One X. It should be native 4K on Series X. It should be, okay? If they come out and they say, well, it's not, that's an L. But I'm not here to say that won't happen. You got to wait on them. That game comes out in a couple weeks, okay? But the mere fact that they're going to have ray tracing, the mere fact they're going to have variable rate shading on both of them is a win. But these guys really went into this whole thing of, well, what's going to be software-based? What's going to be hardware-based? What's going to be software-based? I mean, that's where they are. They're still, what's going on, Amanda? That's where this group of people, this is where they are. Okay? They're still arguing about specs. I'm going to say that again. We are 100 days into a new generation. They are arguing about specs. Okay? That's who they are. I'm not arguing specs because I know already if I'm going to get what? If I want big Navi, I can get the 6000 series. I would have to get another, and I plan on that, but I got to get another motherboard. What did I just say to y'all last week? I'm putting together another PC. Literally. Now, not right now. I'm not doing it right now, but, by my birthday, because I'm going to have to move and all that stuff, I want another PC. Okay? And I don't care if I have to play at 1080p. As long as I'm playing at over 140 hertz, I'm good. I'm happy. Okay? So, I'm good. I'm happy. So, yeah, we don't play our games on paper. We don't. We don't. At least I don't. I don't know about you all. So, and, if you argue with, just don't argue with them. They're arguing about specs. They are unhappy. Okay? They're the ones that are unhappy. I'm fine. Okay? I'm fine. I mean, I'm really fine now that we're getting Mass Effect Legendary Edition. I mean, that's all I'm about at this point. Okay? So, so I'm good. I'm good. Now, I'm going to probably get it on the, I'm hoping people are now saying that they can hopefully update Mass Effect Andromeda to 60 frames per second with, high or 4K textures, whatever, for the consoles. That's what I'd much rather debate and talk about that, because that's at least about a game. I'll talk about a game. When I play Mass Effect Andromeda, I'm playing it right now on PC with ultra settings at over 90 frames per second. So I'm good. I'm happy. The game is still trash. I mean, look, the story is trash, but the gameplay is actually fun. So this gen should be all about performance because the consoles last gen. Yeah, and shout out to Phil. Well, it wasn't as much graphics as it was about resolution. But look, I've said this. I'd rather be playing at 1080p or 1440p with 4K textures at 60 frames per second than be playing at 4K resolution but mid settings. Period. I mean, that's just me though. So, possibly next gen MacBooks will use that Tesla Navi 20. Yeah, I do believe you could see some Rdna 3 in Apple's MacBooks first. Okay, first. Well, we'll have to wait and see how that works. I mean, it's a win for me because I had AMD stock. So as long as they use it, that's fine. So I says, great, yeah, I agree with that. And remember, guys, Phil Spencer never came out and said all these games are going to look and run better on our platform. He did say the biggest jump this generation would be graphics and frames per second. I agree 150% with Phil Spencer. So, just it is what it is. So, you just hate dishonest. Well, again, but don't get caught up in the narratives. Okay? Don't get caught up in the narratives. I don't look, but look at what they're saying. Take them at their word. Let's just say everything they said is true. That how you can ask yourself, how are they doing ray tracing on Rdna 1? Because Rdna 1 does not do ray tracing. Okay, but let's throw that out because that makes too much sense. Let's say it is Rdna 1. Why the hell are why the hell are the multi-plat games performing better then? Why do they look better on an Rdna 1 card? I'm serious, because if I go out and get the 6000 series, which is Rdna 2, and the games look exactly the same, because the Rdna 2 card, this game that I'm playing, Mass Effect Andromeda, is going to look the same on an Rdna 1 card because as it is on Rdna 2. Because it doesn't support ray tracing. Now, they may go back in and say, oh, EA can say, well, we're going to put ray tracing on there, you know. But again, it's ridiculous at this point. You know, I agree 100% with Marlin Gaming Nation. It's ridiculous. Okay, they literally were trolling NBG's account, saying that you now need to admit the PlayStation 5 isn't as powerful as the Series X. Which, again, everybody knows that on paper. I don't see, it's just, that's what I don't understand. Okay? That's what I don't understand. You know? That's why when the Xbox is getting outperformed, people like Digital Foundry are like, this is a surprise. We're confused. PlayStation 5 is punching above its weight. I mean, that's because of the specs on paper, you know. You know, so, but that's where we are that's where they are at this point. You know, Bethesda's got a huge announcement allegedly next month. So everybody's going to find out whether these games are going to be only on the Series X consoles, only on PC, and that's what everybody's going to find out next month. So we no longer have to speculate about it. My opinion on it is based on Microsoft's own statements in the past. The games are going to be multi-plat, but Microsoft is going to expect Sony to make something available. I still think Game Pass is coming to PlayStation consoles. Okay, maybe not the same thing, but let me see if I can pull that up. I don't think I can. Hold on. I'm just going to try something here before I get out of here. Okay. I don't know if I can do it or not. Bear with me. No, it's not going to allow me to do it. That's what I thought. I don't know why it won't allow me. All right, wait a minute. Trying to add a new source. All right, let me see if this works. May not work. Bear with me here. Okay. Here's Xbox Game Pass on my PC. Therefore, I don't need a console. That's Game Pass right there. That's my Game Pass account for Xbox. Okay? And that's how fast I went to it. Now these guys want to say this is too hard on to do. There's the medium. This is Game Pass, okay? All right? But my point to you is you don't need that console to play these games. Just get a PC. All right? And again, my account is active. I can play cold. I can just download it and play it. I can play the medium. I don't have enough space, so I can't play them right now because I'm playing DCS, Halo 4, Halo Reach. Is that the Halo Anniversary? There's that trash ass grounded game. And again, there's Falconeer. Look. There's Final Fantasy 12. So, I mean, to me, some of the biggest news this week, besides the weather, was the fact that Final Fantasy, the new other Final Fantasy game online, is not going to go to Xbox. That I thought was, when developers are saying we ain't even putting it there, that's bad. Okay, that is bad. So, but again, I'm just putting this up here so that you all can see how fast that works. Okay. So, but up Cyber Dragon. The Series X should be better, but it's obvious that whatever they did in customers, they made it underperform. Well, again, my whole thing on that, Amanda, is okay, but how do we know it should be performing better? It's not like they put out a whole bunch of stuff. You know, AMD's Rdna 2, the only time you can get full Rdna 2 is on their desktop. So how do we know which one of these consoles should have performed better? And basically, if you look at the charting that we pulled up earlier, if you look at that, there's something else going on, you know. So, you know, there is something else going on. Let's see if I can pull this back up. Well, I can't. I don't have it up here anymore. So, again, I just, you know, I truly do believe that that the Xbox is closer to Rdna 1 than the PlayStation is. But that doesn't mean it's a bad console or anything like that. So, you pull that down. Okay. Sure, my poor CPU is hurting. So, but yeah, I mean, it's disappointing. So yeah, Dribble Piss is right. Just let them carry on. Who cares what they think? I mean, at this point, it's just they're making themselves look bad. But guys, that was it. I've been here over an hour. I do appreciate you all coming, and it was a fun podcast. We did the math. You know, the Sunday school was in session. Okay. But shout out to everybody that was here. Well, people got to understand, and please try to remember that Elisa Sue and Mark Cerny worked together on PS3 with that cell architecture. So, and that did not get taken up the way they thought it was going to. But so I do believe that the PS5 is their revenge on the industry. But that's just my opinion on that. But I'm gonna jump on off here. I do appreciate you all coming. And so, like I said, the PS5 on paper shouldn't be doing what it's doing, but it's kind of like, well, what are we basing that on? We don't have anything real world to compare it to. So just remember that. So, and again, if I've said this before, if they're going to make games based on static clocks and the way they do memory and stuff like that for gaming, the Xbox will have an advantage. I said this months ago. But that's not the expectation. The expectation is for developers to start streaming in content. That's why the PS5 is so friggin' fast, so that they can just stream it in instantly. So, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes 2 to 3 years down the road. But I just wanted to pull my own receipts so you all could see them. And that's pretty much all I said about the Rdna 3 thing. So, but it is what it is, and people are just going to run with whatever they want to run with. So, but let them think that. Then you could literally say that, well, if that's true, this being outperformed by an Rdna 1 console, and just leave it there. But I wouldn't even leave it there. I'm just like, whatever, and move on. But all right then, I'll talk to you guys later. You all have a good rest of your Sunday. You all stay blessed and stay safe. Peace out.